Now available for the first time in paperback. Stop Simping. Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance. Learn what mistakes not to make with women in the dating scene with Stop Simping. Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance. Available in paperback and online booksellers today. You'll often hear these days a lot of black women talking about this beta male. And they often use the term beta male out of context. What is a beta male? A beta male is a male who puts himself in a secondary status. That means that this male does not see himself as a leader. This male does not want to make decisions for himself. This male doesn't know how to make decisions for himself. In most cases, your beta male is not someone who will go out and do things for themselves. They are someone who will go out here and follow the lead of either another alpha male or a female. And because the beta male starts in a submissive position, this is why many other alpha males have no respect for him and just use him to go get themselves from point A to point B, and why many females will use him to get from point A to point B, because in their minds, this beta male is a tool. And the only thing you can do with a beta male is use a beta male to get yourself from one place in life to another. How do we get beta males? In most cases, you get beta males, especially in the black community, from places like single mother households. Because when it comes down to boys who are raised in single mother households, they naturally learn submission from day one. And because they are learning submission from day one, they never learn how to be leaders who do things for themselves. Because when it comes down to the beta male, they grow up from day one learning that the female is the leader, the female is the authority figure, and the female is the one that they have to follow. Moreover, another way a beta male is created is in a household where there is another beta male in a two-parent home. And again, in that home, he is seeing his father out here submitting to his mother, following the lead of his mother, and he learns how to submit to females. So in both cases, this is how your beta male is created. And your beta male is a prime position for a man, because if a man places himself in a beta position, he is not going to be seen as someone to take seriously, because he doesn't see himself as someone who needs to be taken seriously. Because in most cases, a beta male will always put somebody else's priorities first over his own. Because when it comes down to alpha males, the alpha male always puts his priorities first, his goals first, and he puts himself and his needs first above anyone else's, because he sees himself as valuable and he takes the lead and control over his own life. When it comes down to the beta male always sees somebody else's needs as important, somebody else's goals as important, and they will delay their own needs and accomplishing their own goals instead of going out and putting them first. And that is why people put the beta male last, because the beta male always puts himself last. So most people naturally learn not to have any regard for the beta male, regard for the beta male's needs, or respect for the beta male when they try to assert any sort of authority. Because when they look at this beta male, they don't see anyone they need to take seriously. That's why in most cases your beta male will wind up being putting last, because he puts himself last. And the reason why no one respects him as a man is because he does not respect himself and he does not assert authority. When you look at a beta male, you can see it in their body language, you can see it in the way they speak to people, and you can see it in the way they approach people. They don't come assertive, they don't come strong, and they do not demand things of other people or insist on things from other people. They often approach people with no confidence, and they radiate no masculine energy. That all tells people that this is not a man they need to take seriously. This is the person who puts themselves in a subordinate position, and because they put themselves in a subordinate position, people don't need to see them or their needs as something important to take seriously. Now, most black women will sit there and talk about how beta males are messed up, but they are the ones who created beta males in most cases because they raised these males in single mother households. And in a single mother household, again, that is where we create a beta male. And beta males, they only serve a purpose for being used by other people as tools. So your beta male is not someone anybody is going to care about or regard. And in most cases, when it comes down to the beta male, this is the person who is going to usually get cheated on by his wife or his girlfriend, or this is the person who's going to get continuously passed over for promotions at jobs, or they're going to wind up stuck in the same dead end job for many years because they do not go out and assert themselves and go out for what they want. They expect people to give them what they want, not understanding that the way the world works is like this. If you want something, you're going to have to go out and get it, and you're going to have to put yourself first so that people can see that your needs are important, your goals are important, and they need a reason to care about your goals and your needs. No one cares about the beta male because the beta male does not care about himself, and he does not take himself seriously. He's always looking for somebody else to meet their needs, but then no one can know about his needs because he's always looking to get those needs met through a covert contract. He always believes if he pleases the female and the alpha male, they'll go out of their way to take care of him. And in most cases, he never expresses his needs directly, so no one sees his needs as a priority, and that's why they always pass over this beta male. And when it comes down to this beta male and women, he's always last because he never comes to this woman directly and just states what his intentions are and what his goals are. No, your beta male is the guy who orbits around the woman, trying to be her friend and hoping that she notices him. And that is a very weak and passive approach. And women like strength in men and they like confidence in men. And when they look at this beta male who is just sitting there passively, they don't see him as someone to take seriously. Just like the alpha male boss doesn't see him as someone to take seriously on the job because he is not directly going to the boss and saying, this is the goal I want to pursue with this job, this is the direction I want to take my career in, and these are the goals I want to accomplish at this company. And that's what the alpha male will do. And once he finishes accomplishing those goals, he then makes plans to move on. Whereas the beta will sit there in that same job, hoping to be noticed, hoping to get the attention of the bosses, hoping that by doing things like, helping the boss by walking their dog or going out and buying things that the boss asks them to do or staying for overtime will get him noticed, when these are things that show that no one is regarding you. Because the guy who sits there and brown noses and does extra overtime or does extra work at work, that's not the guy anyone is going to pay really any attention to. It's the guy who goes in there and says what he wants to do, says what goals he wants to accomplish, and if he takes on extra work, it is towards the goals he wants to accomplish, not towards pleasing other people. Because the big problem with your beta male is that they always live to please other people, and they never live to please themselves. This is why your beta male, in most cases, sits there simmering and boiling in rage, because they always think that people are supposed to meet their needs, never understanding that no one is going to meet your needs but God and you have to put yourself first to be seen as a priority. Because when it comes down to your beta male, the reason why he is so angry is because he believes people aren't meeting his needs in the way he wants them met. And the only way people are going to know what you want is for you to tell them. And the beta male never tells people. When it comes down to your beta male, he never says what he wants. He never says what he wants to do. And he never asserts what he wants from minute one. He always assumes that people will know just by seeing him look with these sad puppy dog eyes, that, or just being there, that they'll anticipate and figure out what he wants. But in reality, that's not how the world works. When it comes down to men, men have to be strong, men have to be assertive, men have to go out and go for what they want, say what they want, and then do what they need to do to get what they want done. Men are very direct, men are very straightforward, and men let everybody know what they want from the first minute they meet them. When they go on the job, they let the boss know what they want to do on the job and what they hope to accomplish. When they interact with other people on life, they let them know what their relationship is going to be about from minute one. And when they interact with women, they don't try to sit there and be their friend. They let that woman know they want to be their girlfriend, or they're interested in them romantically from minute one. And because they come from minute one, people take them seriously, and because they are coming from minute one serious, people make them a priority. This is something your beta male just doesn't understand, because when it comes down to your beta male, they learn submission from day one, and that's why no one makes them a priority when they become adults later on in life. And your beta male, that's them in a nutshell. They're just guys who always put themselves second, and because they put themselves second, the world puts them last, because they don't make themselves first. If you'd like to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon by clicking the link in the description box. And if you want to learn how to break out of the beta male paradigm, you can pick up my Simp series books on Amazon.com. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.